Imagine boarding a spaceship. You travel at nearly the speed of light and return. You feel like you've only lived 5 years. But when you land on Earth, you find that 36 years have passed. Your children are older than you. The world has changed, and you've only aged 5 years. This isn't science fiction. This is physics. This is a proven fact. Every day, the satellites that control your phone, steer your car, and broadcast football matches literally travel through time. If we stopped correcting the theory of relativity for them, they would travel 10 kilometers every day. The entire GPS system relies on the fact that, but here's the most terrifying question. If future travel is real, what about past travel? Before 1905, time was simple. 1 second here equaled 1 second there. The entire universe ticked to a single clock. Then Einstein came along and shattered everything. Einstein said something strange. The speed of light is always constant, 300,000 meters per second. It doesn't matter if you're running towards the beam or away from it. You'll measure the same speed. This seems impossible unless time itself dilates and contracts to maintain this rule. Imagine a train moving at an incredible speed. You're standing on the platform watching it. Your friend is inside the train. When you turn on a light inside the train, you see the light travel a longer distance because the train moved as the beam passed. But your friend sees a shorter distance. For you to continue measuring the same speed of light, your friend's time would have to slow down. Your friend's mind would have to slow down, and his heart would have to slow down. Everything slowed down, and that's exactly what happened. It's not a theory, it's a fact. In October 1971, scientists Havely and Keating placed 4 highly accurate atomic clocks on commercial airliners. The planes flew around the world, east and west, and when they landed, the clocks no longer matched the clocks that had remained on the ground. The difference was a fraction of a millionth of a second, but it was real and measurable. Special relativity states that the faster you move, the slower time passes. General relativity adds that gravity also slows time. Near a black hole, time almost stops. Cosmonaut Sergei Krikalev spent 803 days, more than 2 years and 2 months, in space aboard the Mir space station. Due to his incredible orbital speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour, time slowed down for him. When he returned to Earth, he was 50 millionths of a second younger than he would have been had he stayed on Earth. This may seem like a small number, but it's a scientific fact that proves time travel to the future isn't impossible. It's simply a matter of speed. Imagine if you could travel at 99.99 times the speed of light. Then, every day you spend in your spacecraft would be equivalent to 60 Earth days. That means 1 year for you would be equivalent to 70 Earth years. If you traveled for just 10 years, you would return to find that Earth had advanced 700 years in time. And here we return to the deeper question. What about time travel? Here, things get physically perplexing. Einstein's equations don't prohibit time travel. In fact, they allow it. Mathematically, a wormhole is a tunnel in the fabric of space-time connecting 2 points in time, just as it connects 2 points in space. You enter at one end and exit in the past. But here arises the most terrifying question. What if you traveled back in time and killed your grandfather before he met your grandmother? This is the grandfather paradox. If you had killed your grandfather, you wouldn't have been born. And if you hadn't been born, you wouldn't have traveled back in time to kill him. And if you hadn't killed him, your father would have been born, and you would have been born. and you would have traveled back in time to kill him. A vicious cycle of contradiction. Some physicists say that the universe prevents this. You would stumble, you would change your mind, and weapons wouldn't help. Instead, the universe would intervene to protect the integrity of time. Others, more terrifyingly, propose the theory of parallel universes. When you kill your grandfather, the universe splits into two, including the one you inhabit. You weren't born in either universe. Both are real, and every decision you make creates a new universe. In 2004, physicist Ronald Malt conducted one of the few who dedicate their research seriously. Developing a time machine is a unique scientific experiment. It's two types. Malt started from a scientific hypothesis that says if gravity is able to bend a fabric, given that space-time is, can light be used as a tool? It carries energy to achieve the same effect. Use Malt, a helical laser, to attempt to generate a field rotating attraction. Although the experiment was limited, the scope and its results were inconclusive. But it remains a serious and interesting scientific endeavor. In this complex field, there is the Large Hadron Collider experiment in CERN. Some theories suggest that particle collisions at enormous energies, it may produce wormholes, microscopic organisms that live for parts of a trillionth of a second. But it exists, and it is evidence that space-time can be pierced. Let's go further and talk about black holes. At the event horizon of a black hole, time from the perspective of a distant observer ceases entirely. If a person fell into a black hole, we would see him freeze upon impact. The horizon to eternity is, for us, a pause in time. But he will cross the horizon in moments. Time there is not as we know it. We are not just facing an engineering challenge. We are colliding with solid walls. The walls of reality itself are a wall. Energy, because you need the energy of a full star to activate the wormhole and time wall. The universe does not easily tolerate those who tamper with its fabric. The distance wall is because the nearest star is far away, 4 light-years. But the more serious question is, what does that mean for us? Our minds evolved to count fruits and to calculate the days, and the means to survive have not evolved to understand that time is not a straight line. The past still exists. The future may. It has already happened. Einstein himself wrote this after the death of his closest friend. The difference between the past, present, and future is not only an illusion, a stubborn illusion, but it is an illusion. We are beings trapped in the moment, in the now. But physics tells us there's more to it than that. A whole universe of moments, all of them present in one huge book, and we read it page by page. Perhaps the universe doesn't prevent us from reaching the past, may test us. Our ability to understand what lies beyond our senses is far greater from our instincts. It may be centuries before we can understand space-time. We fold a piece of paper and may never reach it. But in this, right now, there is a mind trying to understand. There is an eye that looks to the sky and asks, can we go back? Can we see the beginning? Thank you for traveling through these ideas. Thank you for not just observing, but asking questions. What does each of those whats mean?